Very weird, very quickly when Donald Trump sat down on Friday night for an
Trump
interview
walks on
with the
stage at
Moms of
Disaster
Liberty
DC event.
co-founder. Her name is Tiffany
Oh,
Justice. Donald Trump kept on bringing up Ivanka during this interview with the Moms for Liberty co-founder. Should be noted that the Moms for Liberty organization helped draft the education section of Project 2025 and actually were meeting with the other co-founders of Project 2025 before they did this sit-down interview with Donald Trump. Let's talk about how weird things got. Donald Trump said that he would have named Ivanka as the UN secretary and should have done so. UN secretary? You mean the ambassador to the UN, which was Nikki Haley's job, huh? Here, play this clip.
But she gave it up because she wanted to go and she didn't want something like the United Nations secretary. I wanted her to do that. I said, you would be a great ambassador to the United Nations secretary.
she would be a great ambassador to the United Nations secretary. What experience has she got? You know, the other side keep talking about unqualified DEI. And here is Trump saying she would have appointed her daughter to be the United Nations secretary. What experience has she got? Is that not DEI? They are the ones who keep saying, for example, that Kamala Harris is a DEI hoax. But here is Mr. Trump saying she would. Trump himself, before he became president, what experience did he have? You know, when they say projection, when you know that you are one of them, but you keep pointing one finger, forgetting that these other fingers are pointing at you. This is a very, very good example.
There'd be nobody to compete with her. I tell you, she may be my daughter, but nobody could have competed with her.
Really? Nobody should have competed with her. Where does he even get all these things he said? What is in his brain? What is he thinking? Or is that the thinking of an old man who's lost it? How will you sit there and say your daughter would have been the greatest secretary to the United Nations when she has no experience whatsoever? She's never held a public office. How can you say she is the most qualified?
Rat-tat-tat, the whole deal she's got.
Donald Trump then says Ivanka hired millions of people when she was working in the White House. None of us wanted her there. And she was, making $600-700 million with Jared Kushner. And he's saying she hired millions of people. What are you even talking about? Here, play the clip.
Not a glamorous job, but she felt so good about it. She would go around to see Walmart, to see Exxon, to see all these big companies to hire people. And she had hired like millions of people during the course of her stay. And I mean, always there was nothing ever good. It was just very tough. I think if she were a Democrat, it would have been, it's much easier to be a Democrat. Let me put it that way.
Apparently, you don't.
Then Donald Trump says Ivanka is a very beautiful girl, he says. And then he says, what do you remember about her? And then the co-founder of Moms for Liberty says she had great shoes.
This man should be investigated. The way he glows about his own daughter, I think people should start asking questions. Did anything happen to her when she was young? Because it's almost like he's got this fantasy. It's almost like if he had his way, he will be in her pants. Because it's creepy for a dad to always sexually talk about her daughter like Donald Trump does. It's creepy.
Just a day after the Washington Post obtained video of Donald Trump making vulgar comments about sexually assaulting women into a hot mic, newly uncovered audio from Howard Stern's radio show is adding more fuel to the fire. The audio, uncovered by CNN, is just the latest uncomfortable statement Trump has made about his daughter. During a March 2006 appearance on The View, he famously said that they might be dating if they weren't related. Trump's currently named in a lawsuit accusing him of raping multiple underage girls at parties hosted by infamous billionaire pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, and has been accused of rape or sexual assault at least 2 other times.
I need to look for the video where he actually talks about his daughter, not this one. Let me see. The following video contains graphic language. Okay. Trump's crew talk on the Howard Stern show.
My daughter is beautiful, Ivanka.
By the way, your daughter.
She's beautiful.
Can I say this? A piece of.
Yeah.
The last couple of years, I go out with somebody, and she's like 21, and she's talking about, what are you doing? And she's studying algebra. And,
So what?
And it's like, it was always embarrassing for me to walk in. It's too young. 30's like a perfect age.
Absolutely. She has enough life experience.
Until she's 35.
Too much life experience.
What is it at 35, Howard? It's called checkout time.
And you're probably,
God,
I would say, the greatest judge of beauty on this planet. In fact, I would create a TV show for you where all you did was just judge women.
Now, that may be the best idea of all.
It's a simple thing. It's a half hour, and we strip it out all over the country.
This is the person who wants to be president for the second
You're on
time.
this pageant. You go over. You're meeting the girls and stuff. One of them comes up to you and says, "Mr. Trump, you're a very sexy man.
You're a beautiful man. You have fantastic hair.
Well, you're a powerful man, right? Right? You're a powerful man.
Right.
I want to sleep with you." Now, you're not the type that would say no.
I don't want to hurt their feelings.
Right. No, but I mean, you see a beautiful woman, you want to have that. You're a guy who likes to have everything, right?
Well, couldn't that be construed, however, as
conflict?
This is the old man who is seen as a God-fearing person. This is the old man who has some support from these fake pastors. This is the guy who is the best choice to be president of the United States for the second time. This is the guy that everybody says is the best, and Trump is the most. He said Trump is like Jesus. This is him talking.
yes.
I don't see it as a
It
conflict.
could be a conflict of interest, but, it's the kind of thing you worry about later.
Oh, I see.
You tend to think about the conflict a little bit later on.
The question is, how can it not be construed?
No, I mean, some of these foreign girls, Mr. Trump, in my country, we say hello with vagina. And
Well, you could also say, as the owner of the pageant, it's your obligation to do that.
So
Did you hear that? As the owner of the pageant, it's your obligation to sleep with girls randomly. How can people be seeing this man as the best choice for the White House? How can people not see that this man has no good in him? It's not like this is taken out of topic. This is him speaking. This is Trump speaking.
you have done that. Now, tell me
Well, I'll
what
tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's
Listen.
getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm...
Do you know how humiliating that can be? That a bunch of young girls, 16, 17, 18, will be in a room naked, completely naked. And Trump at his age, I think he was like 50, walks in there. Can you imagine how but those girls are 16, 17, so they don't see anything wrong in that. How twisted and evil this man has always been.
I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting.
Right,
I want to
right.
make sure that
You're like a
everything is
doctor.
good.
He's inspecting naked 16-year-old, 17-year-old, 18-year-old girls. Inspecting them like they are properties. Like you go to inspect your house. Like you go to inspect your cars.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible looking women. And so I sort of get away with things like that.
You get away with things like that. You get away with things like that. And people say this man is God damn. them. And again, these are the people who
Now,
believe.
you know who used to be a frequent guest on the Howard Stern show, but Stern gave a blunt message to his listeners who support this guy these days. Take a
This was
listen.
4 years ago.
The oddity in all of this is the people Trump despises most
Love him the most.
him the most. Go
Because
look
it's
at
a
Mar-a-Lago,
cult.
see if there's any people that look like you. I'm talking to you in
Why?
the audience.
I
The
know
Trump
why.
voter who,
That is
idolizes the guy.
because
He
knows they are
despises
poorly
you. I don't hate Donald.
educated.
Donald's doing his
He
thing.
knows they are dumb.
I hate you for voting for him, for not having an intelligence, for not able to see what's going on with the coronavirus, not able to see what the Justice Department is doing. I hate you. I don't want you here.
You know, Howard's always given his opinion. So do
I
you
don't
think
know when
his
these people
fans
will wake up
will
and discover that this
rethink
man
their
doesn't like
support
them at
of
all.
you know
He
who
doesn't
over this
respect
joy?
them. When will they wake up? He's not
Wow,
your Jesus.
that's all I have to say is
He's
wow.
not your Jesus.
Howard, I mean, for him
has
to go
no-
after
that's
his
why-
base.
That's why when you listen to Trump speak in his rallies, it's always me. I will. I know better. Everybody is stupid. I am the only one. I will make America great again. I. It's never we. It's he. He can. Only he can fix it. He did this for you. He did that for you. Trump will never speak good of you guys because he knows you guys are dumb. He knows you guys are uneducated. That's him saying that, not me. If somebody says that to you and asks your vote, would you not think twice? How can you be disparaging me and expecting me to give you my vote, my voice? How? People, wake up. This guy is not for you. This guy has never been for you. This guy is for himself only. So wake up. Wake up, people. Wake up.